Y'all know Big Lou tapping back in with what it do with Big Lou and MCR2, baby, baby. If you haven't already, highly appreciate if you like, if you sub, like, and share the channel here at What It Do with Big Lou, NFZR2, with your family, friends, folks, peoples, gente, buddies, pals, amigos, amigos, and panas, like us Puertorriqueños, Boricuas, Potorros, Ibaritos, PRs, Ricans, say our buddies, our friends, our panas, right? Anyways, tapping in on this West Side Wednesday. Got carried away with doing some things and had to keep pushing, had to push the live stream back a little bit. Don't got nobody here yet, but about Mike tapped in and said, "What's up?" I said, "Mine's Mike, PNG Media News." If you guys haven't already, go tap in with PNG Media News. Check out some of his content. He looked he does kind of like he does interviews, but kind of like investigative, not investigative, but like he brings light to certain movements and things like that. In not only the African American Black, culture as far as some of the gang things and like I said, movements. But I believe he also looks into other things as well, and he touches on some things. So I've seen him have some interviews. I know he did some interviews with like Flacco from Congress Perspective. I think that's how Flacco found YouTube. But so yeah, it's West Side Wednesday. It's a nice sunny day here in Northern California. It's about probably 60s in the 60s, I would say. Well, actually, the car says it's 55, but it's probably a little warmer than that. It's real sunny though. I'm on my way to get the oil change. I'm on my way to get the oil change, and I got a couple other things I got to do. And so, like I had mentioned to you guys a couple of days ago, I got to get my live streams up and going better than, because I haven't been running them at all. So something's better than nothing, I believe. You know what I'm saying? And I want to let everybody know that I appreciate all the subs that I've been getting lately. And I appreciate all the subscribers, no matter when you tapped in with the channel. I always said, that I'm in this for the long haul. I'm in it for the grind. So, there's no rush on this or that. You know what I'm saying? Drop the videos, drop the pre-recorded videos, drop the live streams, or tap into the live streams, drop some shorts here and there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. So Daniel Ortiz, saludos. So yeah, I'm on my way to go do an oil change in the truck. Well, I call this the truck. It ain't really a truck. It's an SUV. You know what I'm saying? The bigger ones. We got two different ones. We got the bigger one with the V8 in it, and then we have one with the V6 in it. And then we got my little car I drive. And then we got old school Chevy too. Also, my dog got a little infection on her ear, man, from the stitches when the ears got cropped. And what happened was my son's dog from playing, and I should have been more responsible when it came to that. So I called the vet, and they're like, the vet told me to bring her in if it doesn't seem like it gets better by tomorrow or the next day. He said by Friday, to bring her back in, and he'll take care of it. So, you know what I mean? Hopefully by then, the dog's systems are pretty strong. So, you know what I'm saying? Their immune systems are a lot stronger. I believe they're stronger than ours when it comes to certain things. But hopefully, we can take care of that. Well, I mean, not hopefully. It will be taken care of. You know what I mean? What I meant by hopefully was like, hopefully I don't have to go that far, take it back to where I got it done at. It's a pretty good long drive. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's where we're at with that. There's some things in the news with more like rumors about Aaron Rodgers coming to the Raiders. Good quarterback. I like what he can do scrambling wise. I like his arm. Plus, he used to be teammates with Devontae Adams, and they did a lot of good things together. But to be honest, I don't even want him on our team. I'd rather go with a young quarterback, draft one and try to groom him, bring him up. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I don't know. I seen somebody yesterday made a comment on yard recall with Buzz, and he was like, "Oh, they're gonna bring Aaron Rodgers to the Raiders, and they got a mediocre offensive line," and it's like, dude, you don't even know what you're talking about. The offensive line is like it's in the better half of the league, and I think it's even better than that. I think they're top 10 offensive line. And so, it's just one of them hating ass motherfuckers that got something to say, got to put their 2 cents in this shit when it comes to the Raiders, which I don't understand. Like, motherfuckers always got something to say about shit. You know what I'm saying about that? You know what I mean? It's like, why don't you worry about the team that bumped your team out, or the teams that are in your division that are your team's rivals? You know what I'm saying? So, it's one of them things. What's going on, Big Wedo Duran? We got JM. What's going on, JM? Sanjonero, Sharkstedo. What's going on, player? I send mines over there to the South Bay. I send mines down to TC, man, to Larry County. Not one Larry, but 2 Larry. Down there, Bob Wiley, 41 and 42, homie, the Sun Deck. Yeah, that was that deal that happened down there in Goshen. That was some shit there, boy. I kind of looked into, not looked into, but somebody was reading me some details of it yesterday, and I was like, damn, I wasn't aware that I mean, I knew it was like a massacre, like some execution style killings, but I didn't know that they killed a baby in the arms of the mother when she was right and put the baby over the fence. Man, that's crazy. From my understanding, they're trying to say it was, or they think either it is, they found evidence suggesting that it is, or that they believe to have been something ordered from the joint, right? Which they didn't order these people to kill no kids. You know what I mean? So, you know what? Let me take that back. Maybe they were, but they'll never admit it. That's for sure, because then they'll put themselves in hot water. It's definitely not a good look, man. It reminds me of what happened back in the 90s. I can't remember. Moxie, was it Moxie? Moxie, something like that. It was San Gabriel Valley. And them dudes went up in there. Some guy was no longer in good standings, but he was using the organization's name to collect money, and they sent some guys, to go handle that. They did, and they killed like 2 or 3 kids in the house, and there were young babies, like toddlers. One was a toddler, and the other one was a baby. Not an infant, but like still a baby. Like I believe she was like 8 or 9 months old, and the other kid was like 2 years old. So it's a fucking damn shame. Rich DM 650. What's going on? The one in LA, yeah, the one in LA. I don't want to say the names and none of that shit, even though it's damn near 30 years old already. But one of them was on death row. One of them got killed in death row. The other one's in the feds. He was able to scope, to skate on by about that. I mean, I know he got some backlash on about it, but he was able to, he's still in good standings to this day, over 50 years. That organization. He's probably one of the main dudes in the feds, I would imagine. Anyways, it sucks. That's a damn shame. Somebody would do that, man. Most everybody knows when it comes to crimes, kids are off limits, all of them. You know what I mean? And women are off limits too. When it comes to weirdo shit, and putting your hands on them and stuff. So but when it comes to murder, I think that gets bent a little bit. But definitely, kids is never get. When it comes to kids, that never gets the rule never get broke on that. They're not supposed to, at least. You know what I'm saying? So I would imagine that these dudes gonna get some, they got some shit coming. You know what I'm saying? If they ain't made a move to do something else in the meantime, you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I can't even think. I mean, it's horrible to even think about a lady. And they said she was a teenage mother too, so maybe 18, 19, maybe even 17. I don't know, but those are all teenage numbers. Trying to get the baby out of there and put the baby over a fence to try to save the baby's life and still get, the baby still gets killed. Like, I mean, what? I mean, that baby can't point out. What was the purpose of that, man? Just to be more heinous, trying to outdo somebody else, or what? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. And I don't have no whatever he got coming, he got coming. You know what I'm saying? I'll just leave it at that. That's a very fucked up thing to do, man. Terrible, terrible. 6 people, I believe, was killed there. In Goshen, California, which is Tulare County. So yeah, it's fucked up. But we got the Super Bowl coming on this weekend, Sunday, 3:30. I believe it starts at 3:30. Philadelphia Eagles against the Kansas City Chiefs. So, you know me, I'm a Raider, so I'm going for Philly. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand the Chiefs. Can't stand the Chiefs. They're one of our rivals, our arch nemesis, along with the Broncos, along with the freaking Chargers. You guys don't know that the Kansas City Chiefs used to be called the Dallas Texans in 1960 when they came into the league. They came out with the Raiders in 1960. I believe the Broncos did too, and the Chargers did too. And there's another team or two. Cowboys might have been one. So yeah. But anyways, how's everybody doing out there? Hope everybody's cool, doing their thing, safe, out of harm's way. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of stuff on my plate today. I got out to a slow start. I got out to an early start, but then it became slow start once I had to take care of a few things. So, you know what I mean? Who we got here? John Cabrera. What's up, Big Lou? How you do? Dropping by to say hello and show some support. Have a great day. You and everyone here. Respect. Yeah, likewise, John Cabrera. Same thing back to you. Igualmente. Right back at you. Boomerang. If you guys ever see, I put boomerang sometimes in some of the comments. But boomerang just means right back at you. That's all that means. Man, they got 3-line, bunch of cars over here. Probably a bunch of. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna go try somewhere else. Carlito, fire! Yeah, and if you guys don't know, I posted it on the channel too. We're gonna be hitting the airwaves on 17th of February at 7 p.m. Eastern time, I believe. Yeah, it should be Eastern time. So, no fly zone. We back. The Ricans are back. You know what I'm saying? So, be sure to catch us on that day. And if you haven't already, go sub to the channel at the No Fly Zone. I'll drop the link in a minute, or unless Carlos dropped the link. So yeah, So I got off to a late start. It started out good, like I said. I mentioned it started out good, but then it became a slow start because I got caught up doing a few other things that I needed to do with the dog and the pup. And then I got a phone call, and I had to, I was given some directives, some things to do, so I'm gonna try those out. The 15th, or am I getting the 17th that day? Oh, okay, I gotta fix that then because I put the 17, I think. I thought he said the 17. All right, uh, there it is, peoples. If you haven't already, hit that link and sub to the channel at the No Fly Zone. That's Nelson Pad 51, Carlos Muniz, and myself at the No Fly Zone Riggins. East Coast, West Coast, well, definitely East Coast. Obviously, most of y'all know that I'm from the West Coast. Uh, so we talk about all kinds of stuff over there. Old school stuff, like we take it back to our childhood, talking about karate movies, kung fu movies, music, the neighborhood, the fashion back then, you know what I'm saying? And we throw our little spins on it as far as how it was in, New York and the Bronx and Brooklyn and how it was over here. And it's real close. Like, it's nothing, it's not, just because it's two different coasts. Uh, Again, and that fits like what I always say, man, be open-minded when you are dealing with people that you think are different than you. And a lot of times you find out that they're more similar than not. You know what I mean? So one of them things. But yeah, we talked about a lot of different things over there. We've talked about we've talked about serial killers. We've talked about bikers. We've talked about rappers. We've talked about shooting in Texas, Uvalde, Texas. Yeah, and the No Fly Zone stands for no uh, no bullshit around here. None that bullshit don't fly. Basically, you know what I'm saying? And we kept it. We tried our best to keep out of this bullshit, but a lot of people, a lot of cats were, even after it was stated, a lot of people would still bring the BS over there, But we've gotten away from all that, and we're gonna get back on there and do what we originally started the channel for. Just come on there, shoot the shit with the fellas, and that type of thing. You know what I mean? So what is it? 11:23 now. Um, so yeah, I went back over there, and it's do the oil change, and there's just a whole bunch of vehicles lined up already, like it was yesterday. They told me like an hour and a half, 2 hour wait yesterday. So I'm gonna try to go head over here. I'm gonna try Speedy, see how that goes. Get the oil change on this vehicle, and this is our little backup. This is our backup car. Uh, this used to be my wife's main car, and then I just bought a couple months back, about a month and a half now. I bought another vehicle for her and the kids. So this one's, we use it. We got to move things around. We use it. You know what I mean? It's better to throw the dog back in the back. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can't see her. I can just see the back of her back. You can't really see her. Carlos saying, we don't start, but know how to fit. Yeah, we don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Basically, though, you know what I mean? And we let a lot of shit slide. But you know what? A motherfucker can only take so much. And even then, we just address what the facts are, because at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And we just address what, the real deal Holyfield. You know what I mean? And people should be able to make their own judgment by now on people that you see, like me, Carlos, Nelson, talking and expressing, basically, you should be able you should be able to tap in and know where we're coming from and how we are, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Compared to some cats that you don't even see their face ever, and they're going by a fucking character name. You know what I mean? And that's really all what they are, is a YouTube character. Fucking cartoon keyboard warrior. Cartoon character keyboardist. You know what I mean? And accusing of this, accusing of that, but never ever once showed any type of proof about anything. Because why? Because it don't feel me. So it's one of them things, man. For the longest I didn't say nothing, and I came out with just little videos here and there. One I think was like 9 minutes, another one 4 or 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And just keeping it to the script. You know what I'm saying? And just like I said, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And you know, if you stick with that, you're going to get a lot further in life with you know, just in general. But that's, you know, and I try to keep it all the time 100. There's no need for me to lie about this, lie about that. You know, because you know what happens is you say so many damn lies you can't even keep up with them. You tell this one this, that one that, and then you know at the end of the day you can't even remember what you said. So you start telling more lies on top of lies. So yeah, it's one of them things, man. A1A, what's going on? Thanks for stopping in, man. So yeah, you can't, you know, it's just lies upon lies, man. I see some guys, man, they got channels, and some of them I used to watch, and now it's just I'm tired of the bullshit. Because like I had mentioned this too, man. It's like this doesn't just go on in the so-called mob genre. You know what I'm saying? It goes on in all the genres. It seems like, and motherfuckers just can't, like I said, they can't keep up with their lives. You know, and I'm good at that. I remember shit. I got a good ass memory, you know, and I remember, well, shit. Now you're saying this, but see, a lot of people ain't gonna catch it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people won't catch it. You know, they won't catch it if they're not, you know, if they're not that type of people, that type of person. You know, I'm with it like that because the way I was schooled in the joint, and that's what our people's want us to do. You know what I mean? They want us to you know, always basically is being nosy, really, in a sense. You know what I mean? But they do that. They want us to do that so that we're always paying attention. You know what I mean? On our so-called opposition. You know what I mean? Our so-called oppositions, we're paying attention. You know, that way when we do our bi-weekly reports and our weekly reports or bi-weekly, however that household's doing their thing, because all households are different amongst your collective of you know, your peoples, your homeboys. You know, you might have to do reports every week, or you might do them bi-weekly. And what I mean by that, they want to know opposition activity, and that's the cops. The cops are the number one the number one enemy in there, and then the Southern Latinos and the white dudes. Things have changed now. I'm not sure exactly how it's going now, but I know that things have changed in there. But anytime you see the cops doing anything like hitting certain cells, or you see your opposition going to maybe a parole hearing, or you know, anytime they leave the tier, you're supposed to be paying attention, and then you got to strike it up in your report. And this is amongst your own people, so you know you got D's and R's, duties and responsibilities. So you'll be quizzed on shit. Like, so what I mean by that is, like, they might ask you like, hey, what have you observed? You know what I mean? Depending on who your channel is, everybody has a channel. Depending on who your channel is, they're gonna ask, what did you observe? Stuff like that. And they're most likely already gonna know. You know what I mean? And they're gonna see what you keep it clean about, and then you might get hit over the head. You know what I mean? If you don't keep it 100, you know. Let me go up in here real quick, and because there's more cars coming as I'm talking here. Let's see. Oh, all right. So yeah, I might do another live. I think I'm gonna do another one later today at about 4:30ish, 5 o'clock Pacific time. Got the kids later on. I mean, the kids. I gotta watch the kids, but I got something for them to eat already and all that. So we'll probably I might run it back. Give me a second, people. Give me 1 second. What's going on, Miss McGinnis? Long time no see. Peoples. They're busy here. Well, who we got here? Tashanka. Crackn. I used to say that back in the day. I still say it sometimes. Let's see. No fly zone. Good afternoon, my friend. What is BS and what is not? Well, yeah, it's mostly all BS on here. You always working. Respect to you as well. Oh, let's see. New content sounds cool. I am East Coast and getting to understand the West Coast vibe. Interesting topic. Have a good day, and I sub to the no fly zone. Cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. Let's see. I'm gonna put that back up again. There's the link right there, people's to the no fly zone. We're gonna be back on the 15th. Carlos said it was the 15th. I'm mistaken. It said the 17th. So the 15th, February 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And that channel consists of Nelson, my brother Carlos right here, and me. Um, we got a three-man squad. So there's the link up on the board. It's in the chat. If anybody here that hasn't already subbed to that channel, it'd be highly appreciated. As always, I don't know where I got the 17 from, so I got to go back and fix that. Let's see. Be there or be square. Yeah, be there or be square. That's the old school word. Old school saying. Be there, be square. Same back time, same bat channel. Tashanka, salute to you, Miss McGinnis. Yeah, this is McGinnis is on the East Coast, and Tashanka, you're in Missouri, right? Hee hee. Hee hee. Oh, I don't know if they got somebody here or not. Let me see. Hey, y'all got anybody at the front desk? Is there anybody at the front desk?
You need to cash out?
No, I want to get in line for oil change.
Yeah, go ahead and bring up your car. Yeah.
Okay.
No, we'll get you in.
All right. Okay. Michael Moormile, 217. We're lucky NY. Pick three numbers, I believe. You all right? What's going on, Michael? Let's see. Good to hear. You guys will be back. Yeah. Yep. It's about time. You snooze, you lose. That's another one. After a while, crocodile. Let's see. Later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Oh, yeah, there's a whole bunch of different ones. St. Louis, yeah, Missouri. Then you got, some people don't know, you got East St. Louis, which is Illinois. Some people don't know that. That's where Fred G. Sanford was from, Illinois. I mean, East St. Louis. Let's see, my old blue, you are badass. I'm best. Old neighborhood sayings, yeah. But we got to keep that old school shit alive. You know what I mean? Because otherwise they come out with these new school words, bitch, da-da-da, like, oh, who the hell uses the word bitch amongst dudes? Calling men bitches. And I think it's cool. It's fucking crazy. I never heard of no such thing. It's insane. Now, I'm gonna put it on mute for a second while I talk to the guy. Fred grew up downtown on the Missouri side, moved right before you get to the arts on 70 East. I grew up on the Illinois side. Okay, I thought he was from the Illinois side. She sent a lot of money to go into the community over there and for Red Fox. People didn't put it into communities. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, signature. We
Yeah.
come get your oil change at Speedy's.
There you go. Free advertisement. All right.
Here, don't go to Firestone.
Yeah.
Firestone.
Well, a lot of the people watching, they're in all different states.
Oh, okay.
Got people in Florida watching, Missouri, Illinois, you know what I mean? New York, a lot of New Yorkers on there. A few New Yorkers.
All right.
Yeah.
What kind of lights do you? They just follow you?
Yeah. I just right now I call today's West Side Wednesday because I'm from the West Coast, right?
Okay.
So today's West Side Wednesday is on the live stream, but I do a lot of pre-recorded videos.
What is it?
I talk on Facebook, YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I do sports. I talk sports. I tell prison stories.
Okay.
Life experience stuff. Dogs. You know what I'm saying? I got the dog back there.
West Coast G shit. West Coast G shit. West Coast G shit.
No, I didn't say that.
No.
Oh, you're just saying that. Yeah, West Coast G shit. Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah. All right. All right, brother. She's back there. Daisy, come on. See her? She popped her head up. Come on, Daisy. Come on. She's lazy. She's lazy today, but I ordered a flirt pole. So I'm gonna try to get her enticed to get a little more active. So her first 5 years, the first 5 months, she was just, in the backyard and majority of the time in the kennel. You know what I mean? So she's got to be introduced to a lot of things. So that's why I take her with me as much as I can so she can see people, hear different noises. Because I noticed when I like any type of blowers or weed eaters, she gets a little, you know what I mean? So I want to introduce her to as much, foreign things to her that's foreign to her now that won't be though. You know what I'm saying? So like when I go pick up my 12-year-old, I'll park because the school's right across from the park. So I'll park at the park, but all the way at the other end. So that way I can walk her through. And then when they get released, she sees all the kids running, it gets louder. You know what I mean? So she don't get trip out. Let's see. Tina Turner and Jackie Joyner Kersey came from East St. Louis. I didn't know that. Okay. Let's see. Choco, what's going on, Choco? My homie Nate Dogg, a guide on Ike one night when he was knocking Tina Turner around, told him, knock it off. That was before my time. And then we got Michael and Leon Spinks. Yep. 2 former heavyweight champions. That was a trip too. Leon beat Leon beat Muhammad Ali. It became world champion on like 7 fights. 7 fights. He beat Muhammad Ali and became heavyweight champ. And then Muhammad came back and beat him. And then Michael Spinks was light heavyweight champion and heavyweight champ. And then when Tyson fought him, he was he didn't have no belt no more. They stripped him of the belt, the IBF. But he was in name, he was the lineal heavyweight champion, which means the man that beat the man because he beat Larry Holmes. So Mike Tyson wanted that in name. You know what I mean? He ended him in 91 seconds. Yeah, Choco. I don't know. I don't know if you already subbed to the No Fly Zone, but the link's up there. We're gonna be popping. We're gonna be hopping on the 15th. Let me see if I can pull it up still. I don't know. Where we at? Dang, it's way up there. Let's see. There it is. If you guys haven't already, sub to the No Fly Zone. There's a link right there. I don't know if you can tap the screen and it'll go on, will it? I'm not sure about that. But anyways, if you guys haven't, do so, por favor. Then John Goodman and that dude on The Walking Dead with the baseball bat, LOL, who's shutting on Angel's bat. Lucille, that's BB King's guitar. Okay, so since you brought up the Walking Dead, Tashanka, our co-host, the No Fly Zone is actually his channel, Nelson, but me and Carlos are co-hosts. He was an actor on The Walking Dead. He came out on season 10, although I think it was season 10, episode 10 or episode 11, and he wrote out the rest of the show, the original one. Stiffy Lubricante. What's up, Big Lou? Respects. Right, likewise, right back at you. Yeah, it was over in like 2 seconds. Yeah. YouTube is the one. Yep. Yeah, from Nate Garman, but he spells Nate Dog. LOL. My best brother since '83. That's a minute. 83. All right, thank you. Thanks, Tashanka. 83, man. That's 40 years now. It'll be 40 years this year. That's a minute. I seen on I don't know where this happened at. But this cat, it looked like a little Mexican restaurant. It was a restaurant. This cat comes in. There's I think I see about 4 people in the restaurant eating, sitting down. He comes in, when he comes into the door, he goes to the left first, and he's got the pistol pointed at the guy there. And it looked like he took his wallet from him, and maybe his phone too. And then he goes towards the counter. Okay, so we're, it's showing the camera, showing what's going on. So he walks up, it looks like to the cashier or the counter, and to the people to his right, our left, because they're watching the camera. You can see the guy shuffling around. And so what happens, the dude leaves from the counter and he goes to leave out the door, but he doesn't keep his eye on the people he's robbing. He gives him his back, and the guy pulls out a pistol and pops him like 3 or 4 times in the back. They didn't show that part, but you can hear the pop, pop, pop. You know what I mean? You can hear that. And I mean, damn, that's crazy. If you're gonna do something like that to some people, I mean, that's his bad, and he deserved that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't condone what he did, but I'm just saying, if you're gonna go in there and do something like that, man, why would obviously he didn't know what he was doing, but he had that. I mean, good. I don't know what happened with the dude since he shot him in the back. I don't know if they perhaps maybe came at him and tried to charge him for something for shooting him in the back. You know what I mean? I've seen stuff like that happen. I met this old man in the pen one time, and he had some puppies. I don't know what kind of dogs they were, but he sold like 4 puppies, and it was a Sunday, and everybody knows the bank's closed. And this is years ago, so there wasn't all that, direct deposit and all that stuff, right? So he had the money on him. So this younger guy from the neighborhood, or knew him, family, friends, I'm not sure exactly how that worked, but him and another guy goes to his house to rob him for the the puppy money, and he ends up laying one right out in the house. And then the other guy got out to the front door and took off running, and he came out and popped him from a distance in the back. And so they ended up charging him for murder. I don't know if it was a murder first. I'm pretty sure it was second degree murder, not first degree, because it wasn't planned, right? They planned to rob him. But even then, that's, to be that, he was doing 25 to life too. So it's like, I don't know, man. It was kind of there might have been something more to it. You know what I mean? I don't know what he was thinking going out with his back exposed. I never did that, even in the skin. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. That's what I mean. It's like, you know what I mean? Every action has a reaction. Absolutely. 24-hour banking, paralyzed, terrible story, paralyzed. You seen that? You seen the story I'm talking about? Miss McGinnis? He paralyzed that he's paralyzed. That messed up, man. That sucks bad. Yeah, but I mean, it does suck. But at the same time, you can't be. I mean, what about people that get like robbed like that? They get scarred. You know what I mean? When you have a you know, a pistol in your face, and you don't know how really where these people's minds, you know what I mean? Like where they really are, their mindset. You know what I mean? As far as fulfilling, you know, perhaps killing somebody, like that little story I was talking about earlier. You know, they hit that house and they killed that teenage mom and then killed the baby, and like, you know, you just never know. Plus all the stories that people hear about and all that. Um, that was a trip. But yeah, you never expose your back like that. You know, if you're gonna do something, you're doing something. You know, anytime you're doing anything, when it has to do with something like that, you don't do that. You know what I mean? He should have walked backwards. You know, backwards, but he's still looking at it. You know, he can still see. He would have had a better chance of defending himself with that customer if he was watching. You know what I mean? Not to say that he still couldn't hit. You know, he couldn't have went down still. But he would have been able to. You know, it just would have been better for him on for a lot of different reasons. Muggs, what's going on, Muggs? No, I have not. Just listen. Okay, okay, got you. Um, yeah, Muggs. So only pull forward. All right.
I'll pull this one in first, and then once the truck leaves, then pull it behind me.
Okay. All right. Got you. Thanks. Let's see. Killing an innocent baby is the worst. I'm telling you. And the thing, the two. I don't know if you heard me telling that story, but they killed 6 people in the house. One elderly couple, I believe it was. One was a teenage mom, so she probably was. Yeah, she's probably 17, 18, or 19. They, I guess she tried to run out the back. She tried to run out the back. She tried to run out the back of the house, and the person, the dude followed her, and she tried to put the baby over the fence and to get the baby out of harm's way, and the dude popped her and popped the baby. Crazy. I mean, a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, he couldn't be pointed out of you know, in a lineup. You know what I mean? It's insane. Ooh.
All right, sir. You can pop your hood and shut off the engine.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna have a quick look at your tire pressure information inside the door. Your tires are going at 35.
Yeah, one of them bad, but I think they're low in air a little bit. Last year, we had over 140 children shot here in St. Louis. For the amount of people that go by murders per 100,000, we're almost top every year just drive-by shootings. Yeah, it's like that. Like over here in Stockton, you know, Stockton's got like 300,000 people, and per capita, it's for 100,000, it's always like it's high. He did that on purpose to a baby. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The mother put the baby over the fence to get her, you know, to save the baby from what was going on. And he shot the baby purposely. Sick. We had an old man get killed a couple of streets over. Robbie's house. I don't understand that. Wear ski masks. It's winter. Cover your tats up. They didn't have to kill that old man. That's what I mean. Uh, what about that one time? You guys remember that one murder, man? This dude was tripping and he went on Facebook or Instagram live and he pulls up on this old man who was just walking home from the store, I think, or he was going to the store, and this asshole kills him live on the social media platform. That shit was crazy. I was in the pen when this happened. It was, that was insane. Like some dude that he didn't, some old man that he didn't even know, and he says something. He pulls up to the old man, says something to him, and the old man comes closer because he couldn't hear him, and boom, he kills him. It's fucking crazy. That's why I'm saying, people's man, you always got to be paying attention to what's going on. You know, some people, I get asked things sometimes, and I said, I'm gonna be protected. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in other words, I'm gonna pay attention to what's going on, and if something starts to go down, I'm gonna be, seeing something before something happens. You know what I mean? That's why I tell people when you get in your car, lock your doors immediately, because I've been on the other side of that, looking for people to try to come up on, and in my younger years, I'm not proud of that at all, because now that I'm older, not so much that I'm older, but that I realize that that mind frame that I had is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned earlier, you do things to people like that, and you scar them. You put a bad you put a bad memory in their minds. That PTSD shit, getting robbed at gunpoint like that, especially for somebody that's never been like around that type of things or even heard of that stuff. Probably their inner circle of friends and their family members, they've never been robbed, they've never been strong armed or anything like that. And then you do something like that, it can scar the shit out of people, man. It's not right. You know what I mean? I wish that I didn't do a lot of things I've done. But it's one of those things, man. All I can do is go forward, and don't do any type of dumb shit anymore. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm gonna let everybody know, don't do this and don't do that, and it's just one of the things. I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it. There's a few things I've done that you can really scar people from. You know what I mean, by doing. And there's no excuse for it. Like, I'm just trying to come up because I had a drug habit, or I was just trying to come up to eat. That stealing from somebody, put money in your pocket so you can eat. That's not. Why don't you just go in the store and steal some food? If that's the case. You know what I mean? And that's another thing too. I used to say too is like, it's better to go steal from a store than go steal from a person, because the stores have insurance and they're covered. But that's not a good. That's like minimizing it. That's like minimizing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? That's not good either. You know what I mean? But I still stand on that. I still believe it's better to steal from the store than a person. You know what I mean? But it's still not valid. It's not valid. It's not it's not something reasonable. It's not. Well, it's not. Let me see how I'll correctly say that. It's not really something. Like I said, I still stand on it, but it's not really something that's legit. Really, it's still not right. It's still wrong. You know what I mean? You're still breaking the law. Let's see. On the porch, the mother woke up next morning. Her son, she just buries on the front porch, does send a message. Yes, I would never fuck go there. Everything you did, good or bad, talk to you what you needed to learn to be the man you are. Yeah, I believe that, and I'm glad that some of the things I've done, it never was to that point where you're taking somebody's life. But I see people that's happened, that they've done that, and they've been given a second chance, and they've been found suitable to come out, and they might have had a life sentence at one point, but they were found suitable from the parole board, and then the governor didn't stop it. What happens is, even though the parole board finds you suitable in California, the governor could still overturn that and say, nah, and then he'll give his reasoning, or her reasoning, but there's a time frame for all that. So if you don't hear nothing back, like from the governor's office by a certain time, then they're not going to stop it from you coming out. So sad. There, see. And today you're a good man. You're progressing. You're not regressing. That means you're winning the fight. Yeah, I could say that. You know, like the other day, my son came, took him, you know, to get his dog's rabies shot. And then I took him to Smog's car, and the car had a suspension. The registration was suspended because of no proof of insurance. Now he's got insurance, you know, so uh, I had to pay the $14 to get the vehicle reinstated. But when you do it through a smog service, um, you got to wait like 28 to 48 hours for the DMV to take the hold off it. But if you go straight into a DMV office, you can get it done right then and there. I was already at the DMV office that day, Department of Motor Vehicles, and I didn't want to go back again. So I just told them, okay, here's the $14 to pull the hold off it. And then when DMV releases it through your system in a day or two, and then I'll come back. And so that was yesterday, but he didn't tell me until today because he was like, "Oh, it's kind of expensive," you know. And I know that your situation with the well, I just say that situation financially has been kind of rough because of not so much me, but because of the treatment that's been going on. So taking work off, you know what I mean? So anyways, I said it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'd rather him have the car, you know, with legit tags and all that than to have bad tags so they can just take it from you. No matter if you got a license or not, they're still gonna take it if it's that more than 6 months behind on the registration. You know what I mean? It gets hard once you get a conscience, but holding on all that guilt will just tear you up. Oh yeah. Just like too, on top of that, like if you got a grudge, you're holding a grudge against some family member or something, or a friend. You know, you're holding a grudge. That shit's not good either. Mess you up too, because if something ever happens to that person, you never were able to talk to them and try to sort shit out. And try to make things right. I've heard people say things like that where, like, they wish they could have, would have, but didn't, and now the person's gone. You know what I mean? It's a good deal, Lou, teaching your son how to be responsible. Yeah, that's exactly. I told him that, let's get the rabies taken care of because you got to show proof when you get the tags. I go, get the tags on the dog. It's the right thing to do. It's what your city asks of you as a resident, as a civilian, a resident in their city. You know what I'm saying? I said, for so long we just do things, download our way.
Air filter. We might have one in stock for 25. Do you want me to double check for you?
Yeah. Go ahead, throw it in if you got it. Yeah, see, like that right now. Oh, your air filter, I just said, yeah. He said, we might have one in stock. Let me check. I said, if you got one, throw it in. You know what I mean? It's like, at one point when I was, it's been different parts of my life where I was doing different things. But, at one point I was, had the bag. I was making money, had money saved, cars, bunch of lowriders, different cars. Then it became where motherfuckers were just barely making it, every month hustling, but I was still paying my bills, but it was hustling. And I had to manage my money sometimes. You know what I mean? But now, like that's why I always say when the kids, the school clothes, I can just whatever they want. Boom, this kid, that kid. I got multiple kids, so 3 of them are grown and 3 of them are not grown. One is gonna be 17 in a couple of days, and then a 12-year-old and a 7-year-old. And I just found out that I'm gonna be a grandpappy again. So hopefully it's a grandson this time. Yes, sir, you're right. Anger will eat you up. Yeah. And then I'm learning too that when I was a kid, a lot of the shit I was exposed to as a kid and the way I was raised as far as from my sister's dad making me lie and things like that to my mom and just doing all kinds of shit while he's being an asshole. I learned how to just be quiet about everything. You know what I'm saying? And never talk about nothing. And that's not good. Like me and the old lady get into it, I'll just take off. You know what I'm saying? And I say, let me give you your space. Let me give my space until it cools down. Then I'll come back around. And that came from when I was a kid. I don't, at that particular moment, it's like there ain't nothing. There's nothing to discuss right now. I'm mad. You're mad. Let's let's get away from each other until it cools down. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it don't. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay. Put the new sticker on. Let's see. New air filter. I just had my changed and it was dirty. My car drove better after that. Yeah, this one was dirty. But this is our backup car. You know what I mean? I was saying earlier that this used to be my wife's main car, but then I bought us. Thank you. I bought a new ride for her and the kids, and so this one is just on the back burner now. Yeah, thanks. Thanks everybody. Yeah, so this is gonna be my. So my daughter, she's like sick and sick and sick, and I'm like, so she don't do well during pregnancy. She gets real morning sickness or whatever, but I forgot the name of it. So I said, what's the matter with what's wrong? And she sent me this name. And that's it. So then I look it up and it says, what it says. So I'm like, oh, got another one in the oven, huh? And she's like, yeah. So hopefully a boy, a grandson. And then her old man is named Carlos. So I said, you gonna name the baby Junior Carlos? And she's like, nah, that's an ugly name. And I'm like, wow. She got maybe a middle name, but not his first name. So okay. I found these videos help me a lot of work to do, a lot of things doing videos. Hopefully they help you too. Yeah. Yeah. When I hear people saying if this, if that, I always say if frogs had wings, they wouldn't bump their ass when they hop. If frogs had wings, they wouldn't bump their ass when they hop. Yeah. Uh So yeah, it's a nice day. And then then I had to go make a freaking police report because I'm pretty sure my insurance is gonna ask for that. Um, so I'm just gonna do it anyway, just so I don't have to end up going back and doing it. If somebody hit my car, my '74 Chevy, it was parked outside and out front, and somebody hit it. I tracked it down. I tracked down the person that hit it, and he's like, oh, I didn't do that. I said, well, did you loan your car out? He's like, nah, man, I don't even park over there. This and that. I said, look, dude, you did it. No, man, and he kept saying denying it, and I finally told him, I said, look, I got pictures, and he still denied it until I showed him the picture. And then as soon as I showed him the picture, because he's got a BMW, a white BMW, my car is like a reddish, maroonish type color, right? And so my car had white paint on it, and his white car had my colored paint on it. There's no denying that, right? And when I showed him the picture of his car, and then I even said, "Look, man, that's where it hit it right there. That's in the, in person. I'm showing him his car where the, and I showed him that before I showed him the picture. And then when I showed him the picture, I go, look at the spots. It's the same spot where it was hit, right? So he goes, so my deductible is $500, so I can pay $500 and get my car sprayed again. $8,000, $10,000, whatever it's gonna cost. Because it's not like these newer cars where they can just match up the code of the color and then just hit that area. You know what I mean? They have to spray the whole car. So my deductible is $500. So I'm thinking in my head, hey, $250. Him give me $250. You know what I'm saying? That's fair. I mean, that's way fair. You know what I mean? And this motherfucker had the nerve to tell me like, oh, I could probably give you like 150, maybe 200. I said, no. I go, just 250, homie. That's half price of what the deductible is. And I'm still coming out my pocket, and this ain't even my fault. You hit the car. You know what I mean? And anyways, he tells me like, oh, you lucky you caught me because I was supposed to be leaving for Reno, Nevada today to live. He said there's warning, the weather report or weather warning or something. And so he didn't leave that day, and he was set to leave a couple days later. So he ended up sliding out. I didn't even catch him, but I know his whole family. You know what I mean? Man, crappy boombox. We just once, but I have my wife make the police report. My car has my house. My car has my house. Got robbed once, and I didn't even make a police report. I got all my shit back plus $500. No, shit, that's what's up. It shouldn't be Lou got connections. It should be Tashanka got connections. Minus an old crappy boombox. Let your insurance fight this. Fight his. You got it. No, I didn't get all that because I was just like, you know what I mean? I know the whole family. I know his grandfather, his father, you know. So I didn't think it was gonna be. It's all right. I'll still get him. I'll still get him. You know what I mean? Just a real quick hi there. I can't stick around. What's up, Jamie? How you doing?
I'm going to start that for me.
Give me a second, guys.
Like cash or card.
Oh, I should have said I owe you.
Oh.
I'll give you half now, and the other half I'll pay the other half. And what when I get my my SSI check? No, I'm playing. I be getting these young kids, man. I be joking with them and shit. The other day at the vet, they were like $45, and I go, okay, so it's all good, right? Like you told me, and they're like, what do you mean? I said, 30 now, and I'll pay you the other 15 in like a week or so. And they be looking at me like, and right now I just told him, he said, how you paying? I said, I owe you. Oh boy, something else. And then sometimes I can't keep a straight face, so I start busting up. You know what I mean? Iowa got some connections in Arizona, St. Louis. We're all out in Tucson for about 15 years. How you doing, lady? Yeah, okay. I do speech to text.
That's everything. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's about it.
Alrighty. We'll just wait on the receipt now.
Thank you. I do speech to text, so I don't have to get my old man glasses. Sometimes it don't say what I want. Yeah, I very rarely use it, but sometimes I do. But if I use it, it won't. They'll be able to tell that it's not me texting because you know I got a certain way of texting with my little same way when I comment. You guys see me comment. I use a lot of periods, you know, to separate sentences. And I use emojis a lot, right? Either the 100 in the flex like this, or what's the other one? Oh, two fists like that. Boom, with the bang in the middle, like the little pow, like the old school Batman when they punch somebody, pow, and you see the boom. That used to be one of my favorite shows. And speaking of Sanford Son, that used to be one of my favorite shows too. What's happening? What's happening? Dukes of Hazzard. That was really one of my good ones. Busting some chops, are you? Yeah, busting chops, busting bulls, eh? I think the Google lady versus with me on purpose, and I know she's spying on me. I'll be talking about something, and then I get advertisements for it. Oh yeah, I do that. I get that too sometimes. All of a sudden, I'll say something, and then it'll go ding. Fisherman, whatever. I don't know why fisherman came to my mind. Everybody can say things in one sentence or two. I write fucking novels. Pow, bam, yeah, pow, bam, zoom, zing. Just like that. All right, boss. Thanks.
No problem. I just need a signature on this one real quick.
All righty.
And we'll just take it straightforward.
Yep. Thanks. Well, that's done. Now I have to make the police. Oh no! First, I gotta go pay my son's registration, and then I'll go make the police report, and then a haircut. But I'll get the haircut after I pick the kids up from school. Well, I'm picking up one. Picking the 7-year-old up from school. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. He's directing me out of the garage. Speedy's oil change. All right, man.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Hey, tell everybody bye.
Later, y'all.
That's a second kid. They're good youngsters, man. Good polite kids, man. You know, youngsters. The first guy and this guy. Pretty helpful, very informative. You know what I mean? Ask you if you need any other help. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, man, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Some of these freaking people that help you customer service, they suck motherfucking weenie. Like they got a job and they're supposed to be, polite or, work with the public, work with, PR, their PR skills suck. They don't even look at you. You ask them a question, they act like, where's this coming from? How dare you ask anything? It's a trip. Kind of shit you get. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, Big Lou taking care of business. Yeah, I'm trying to. I was supposed to do this stuff yesterday, but when I went yesterday, they said it was going to be an hour and a half, 2 hours wait because of two guys went to lunch and their lunches are an hour. So they told me it was going to be an hour and a half to 2 hours. I'm like, oh no. So and then because my daughter was getting out of school in like 40 minutes, so there was no way I was going to be able to do it anyways. And then today they get out early. They get out at 1:30, so they get out in an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm gonna try to go pay the registration right now, and then make the police report, and then go pick up my little one, my baby girl. And so her doctor appointment's on the 27th of February, and because she's on the spectrum of being autistic, and she has ADHD. So we got the dog Daisy to help her with that. You know what I mean? And I did a lot of reading and researching things, and they said that it does help people with ADHD and being autistic, having a companion dog. So we're trying to do everything right with that and get it all legit, and have it given to the office, because they sent a note out about people having dogs, and if they have them as companions, that they need to give a copy of it, paperwork to the office. So you know what I mean. She's not a mean, aggressive dog at all. She gets along really well. She's really good with the kids. She's good with other dogs. People, she did bark the other night. Somebody was dark though, and I was at my car and I was cleaning out the back because I took her and my son's dog and they got a little muddy, so they got a little mud back there, and so I was cleaning that up. But I had her tied to the rim of the car, and one of the neighbors came, and I'm across the street from the parking at a little parking area, and a lot of the people that live there parked there, and so he was about maybe 15 yards away, maybe 20 yards away, and she started barking. But if you don't see her, you just hear the barking, it will startle. You'll be like, whoa. You'll get a little like, whoa, what's going on there? And then her bark sounds like she's a big old dog. She has a big dog bark already. You know what I'm saying? She's matter of fact, she turned 6 months old today. So she's 6 months old. She already weighs almost 60 pounds. And the reason I'm saying that because somebody made a. They misunderstood what I was asking them. I was asking them a question about my son's dog. If they believe by looking at her, what American bully is she? Is she a standard? Is she a classic? Is she a pocket? Originally I believed she was a pocket, my son's dog, but no longer. Now after seeing her in person, I think she's a classic, or maybe even a standard. And the standards and classics are pretty much the same thing as far as height. When it comes to how they determine which dog it falls up under, like an XL, for example. Like my dog she's an XL, but she's only 6 months old right now. So an XL male is about 20 inches to 22 inches from the withers. So a female is about an inch or two shorter than that. So a female for an XL bully would be between it's probably like 18 and 20 inches tall from the withers. So my dog gonna be, she's gonna be there. She's already as big as my son's dog, and she's younger than her. Well, my son's dog's still a pup too. She's like 11 months old. So anyways, he says, oh, she looks like she's a standard. But he was saying Daisy. And I'm like, nah, she's only 6 months old. She's already, 55, 60 pounds. So my other son just passed his license. He just got his license. That's good. This kid's tried, I don't know how many times, and he kept not getting it. The last time he took the test, he missed it by 1. And the lady was like, oh, you almost had it. And I'm thinking in my head, she should have just passed his ass. You know what I mean? But he went back the next time and he passed it finally. So good for him. I'm proud of him, the fact that he didn't give up. Because a lot of people would just been like, fuck it. I've been driving without a license all this time. Everything been good. You know what I mean? Hold on 1 second. Hello? People call and they don't even say shit. So yeah, I'm glad he continued with it and passed it. Now this son, I told him, he was like, oh dad, it's gonna be a lot of money for registration. It's almost $500, right? I think he said $484. And I'm like, I said, look, if I go pay this right now, you gotta promise me you're gonna get that freaking license, right? And he goes, I'm already on it. I'm already looking at the book right now. And so, the thing is, told with these kids that they have to, if you never had a license before, you have to do both sides of the test. So it ended up being like 50 questions or something like that. Or what is it? No, it's 38 questions. And you're only allowed to miss, I think it's 4 or 5. You're allowed to miss. But once you had a license, and say you've had a license, but you have to redo it, renew your license, then you have to you only have to do one side of it, one side of the test. That's it. And so that's obviously 19 questions compared to 38 questions. It's going to be a lot easier. You know what I mean? And I think you're only allowed to miss 2. It's either 1 or 2 you're allowed to miss when it comes to that now. When you're already had a license before, but you just need to renew it. So I had to do that. This last time I got out, my license has expired while I was in the pen, and I was driving without a license for a long time because I was like, I don't get nervous when I see cops. They don't bother me. You know what I mean? Plus my car is not it's a newer car. At that time when I got the car, it was a 2016. It was 2018. You know what I mean? And I still got the same car. It treated me well. It's gave me no problem. So, why get rid of it? You know what I mean? And the reason I say that because I see so many people, they get they want a new vehicle every year, 2 years or something. They're already like the car. I don't like the car no more, or maybe they never did like the car, but they got it because it was affordable at the time or whatever it might be. So, there's that. You know what I mean? There's that issue. But me, I don't know, man. I was just grateful that my pops, helped me get the car. You know what I'm saying? Because the car I had before that one, I had messed up the motor in it. It got hot on me. Somebody did some work on it for me, and they didn't put this plate back on. And what happened was the wires from the alternator were laying on the block. So with the heat, it ended up shorting it out. You know what I mean? So that's what happened with that. And so I'm on the freeway. The damn thing gets hot, and it ends up, I end up cracking the head or whatever. So we had it towed to my dad's mechanic, and he said, "Oh, it ain't even worth it. It needs a whole new motor." I think I only paid like $1,200 for the car. It was a good running car, though. I ain't gonna lie. It was a good running car. But if I paid $1,200 for the car, you know, you're talking like 5 G's for the new motor. It's not even worth it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Don't mean to be a downer, but Pizza acts like his dog is a service dog. That is wrong. That's what I heard. I bet your little girl's a doll. Yeah, she look like her daddy. She's got a, just like with most kids, they got their own little personality and their characters too. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to get down there and see Harvey again this weekend. If not this next weekend, I'm going to roll down there next week. Okay, that's what's up. Tell him I said hello. Don't mean, okay, I read that one right. Tell him I said congrats, Legal Beagle. That's the way to do it. Save him some headaches. Yeah. Great news. Congrats to your son. He did this one on his own. Yeah, he did. He's 20. My birthday's July 24th and his is July 25th. I got my Harley inspected, registered, tried. My license is just for a car. I never had a motorcycle license and I can only be so legal, LOL. It is the other drivers you got to worry about. Yeah, it is. Dang it. And then when I was a kid, my mom used to always say, I used to hear my mom make comments, defensive driver, you got to be dead. And I don't know what the heck she's talking about. I'm like 6, 7 years old at the time, but I always remember that. Now I know, you know, after I start driving, these people are nuts, man. You know, they got to be, you know, they're on you, they're on your tail. You're driving too slow, but then they go around you just to get directly in front of you. Like, what the sense does that make? Or they make such a big deal and they go around you, and then when you get down to the light or wherever you're going, your guys are right by each other. So a lot of times I'll tell them, "Oh, what happened? Did you make that happen?" And they're like, "What?" I said, "I mean, you're in such a freaking hurry, and here we are at the same place." You know what I mean? And it's just people are assholes. They'll drive dangerous around you. Don't even care that if you have maybe kids in the car. They don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Fucking straight lunatic assholes behind the wheels. Protect your assets. Yeah, always got to do that. Crack the head. That is big money. Crack the head. That's big money. Yep. All right, peoples. Well, I'm going to go ahead and tap out on this one. I've been on about an hour and 20 minutes. By the time we wrap it up, I got to get up in here and get this taken care of. And then I'm going to go inside. I'm going to go in here and take care of this. Then I'm going to go make that police report. Hopefully it's a quick process. And then go pick the little one up. And I'm thinking about maybe doing another live at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. We'll see what happens when that comes around. If not, I think I have a pre-recorded plan too. I'll figure that all out. But again, thanks for tapping in, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Miss McGinnis, Tashanka, Carlos, of course, my brother Carlos, Choco, Daniel Ortiz, PN Media News, Jamie Rupert, JMSJ, let's see, Michael Mormile, Rich DM, 650, Big Weddle Duran, John Cabrera, A1A. What else am I missing? I said Choco, I believe, right? If not, Choco, Stiffy Lubricante. Mugs. As a matter of fact, I think I said Mugs already. But Mugs. I think that's pretty much it. Michael Mormile. I said it. Michael Mormile. Yep. My homie Shane just showed up. I'm going to get going. These two, you know. All right, Tashanka, be cool, man. Thanks for tapping in. All right, peoples, man. I'm going to go ahead and tap out. Just hit the 120 mark, hour and 20 minutes. I'm running out of time. My baby gets out at 1:30, so I'm a little over an hour and 4 minutes. So with that being said, like always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I already did the roll call, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys that's going to come and watch this after YouTube uploads it to my channel. And if you haven't already, please go to the No Fly Zone Ricans and sub. give the No Fly Zone Ricans a sub. The Ricans are back, and we're back, but we never really went nowhere because I've been dropping content all along here at What to Do at Big Lou. Carlos has done shows with me here, and he's always in the chat. And Nelson's been here as well. We never went nowhere. Nobody's chasing these Ricans anywhere, and especially when you're just a freaking character on YouTube. Don't even show your face, and you want to talk about people's looks. You know what I mean? Talk about my double chin. And talk about people being fat and people being ugly and people's teeth and people's this and people's that. But yet, nobody sees you ever. And you ain't nothing but a clown. And there's many of them out here. Across this board. Many genres. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, Big Lou's going to tap on out. Be safe, everybody. I appreciate everybody again. And I'm gone.